Welcome everyone! In this video, we are in the Great League, showcasing another very powerful team featuring Alolan Sandslash. Now, I've shied away from running A-Slash this season because everyone seems to be wanting to counter it, so we're tucking it in the back along with Diggersby on the safe swap, here to draw out any potential Metachams that may be lurking in the back. And if you want to try this team and you don't have a Diggersby, you can run Galarian Stunfisk, but Diggersby with Quick Attack Fire Punch, very good on the safe swap. In rounding out the team, Cofagrigus, I wanted a bulky ghost type to protect our two Pokemon in the back from the fighters and pseudo fighters. Cofagrigus, amazing, very, very underrated in the Great League. Hey guys, Wholesome messed around and hit Legend with Charm A9 in the back, so I'm prepping for that with A-Slash in the back. But we had a G-Fisk lead. We both had the same idea to safe swap out of that lead, very neutral lead. Only we got the favorable alignment with that here, as they have a Sableye lurking. So G-Fisk on the lead, Sableye on the safe swap. There could be a Medi in the back. But at the time, I was thinking perhaps double Ghost with a Trev, as Trevenant's beginning to see quite a bit of usage, as a lot of people are tucking their Azumarill in the back. So this worked out about as well as it could. This is not a flippable matchup, so our opponent should not be shielding this, but they're core broken by Diggersby, so I don't blame them trying to make a play for Switch. Bargaining with us, perhaps, seeing if we will take a shield advantage, but that is not going to happen, guys. We're going to take this Sableye out. It's bad news for our Cofagrigus here, so we're going to control alignment. They go down on shields. We will give up a shield here to preserve a little bit of health, because even a somewhat healthy Diggersby can put in work up against the G-Fisk, which I do presume they would maybe bring back in. So we're going to go for this Fire Punch, take out the little Sableye, and see what they want to do here. They're thinking long and hard. They do come back in with the G-Fisk, so we are very healthy. They have to throw EQ to take us out. This is not an EQ. This is a resisted Rock Slide, and Diggersby too thick. That does not KO, and we're still healthy enough to get off another move, which is absolutely insane. Gonna go for this, and we're gonna actually preserve that Diggersby for a potential catch if necessary. It's not what we were thinking. It's not a Medi or a Trev. I was thinking, that was my team read, so I was thinking A-Slash can handle this G-Fisk. Let's rip off the Band-Aid, but no, they had a Mandibuzz lurking. What we do have working for us here is that they're running Air Slash and not Snarl. So they're not applying super effective fast move pressure, but of course they can get off those foul plays. And all you do when everything is resisted on Cofagrigus is go for the Shadow Ball. That's going to do more raw damage, as it does have stab, and does more base damage as well. So we're playing this out. Look at the work Cofagrigus is putting in. Holy smokes. We can easily just come in with our A-Slash and clean up this game here. This is no problem for A-Slash, especially with an Air Slash Mandibuzz. They pivot back into the G-Fisk, and we are well ahead on energy. Oh man, A-Slash in the back puts in work. We're saying bye-bye to the G-Fisk, and that Mandibuzz is very helpless here at this moment. We don't have to shield this, and we won't. We're going to one shield flex on our opponent, and let's get off this Ice Punch, and that was all she wrote for this team here. So this team, very powerful. We say bye-bye to the Mandibuzz as well. So yeah, very powerful team. It was working for me. Guys, I climbed over 140 elo with this team today. Good game, well played to them. Yeah, this team put in work, climbed 142 elo and only 4 sets with this team today. But here we go. Azumarill on the lead. If you ever see an Azumarill lead, it is a safe team read to assume that there are 2 ghost types in the back. That is a classic line. One of those undoubtedly a Sableye. So this is exactly where we want to see the Azu here. And Cofagrigus can do quite well and up against Azu. In all shielding scenarios, the Shadow Balls just hit really hard and we thoroughly outpace. Cofagrigus quite bulky as well. As you can see, we tank a Play Rough, no problem. It's about as bulky as Gligar, to give you some perspective. And we're now grabbing shields. They pivot into the Sableye, and it is Diggersby time. This is why Diggersby is so clutch in the back. Holy smokes. The bulkiest functional normal type in the Great League meta. Did you know that? I bet a lot of you didn't know that. A lot of you probably thought Licky was the bulkiest functional normal type. Nope, it's Diggers. But again, if you don't have one, you can run G-Fisk. And we are just playing out this very dominant matchup here. They can throw whatever they want. You generally want to preserve the shields for A/ to close. Not only is it a good lead, maybe not the best lead these days, as a lot of people like to counter it, but it is an amazing closer, especially if you can preserve those shields. Going for another Scorching Sands here, and we take out the Sableye. That is brilliant. The Azu does have energy. We're going to try to get to a Scorching Sands. They are not going to allow that. So this Azu is in Drill Run range. I'm predicting an insta-swap, so we're bringing an A/, and we now have the energy lead. There's the second Ghost type of Cofagrigus of their own. Shouts to them. You love to see it. But we have the shield advantage, and we are doing super effective fast mid pressure with the Community Day Shadow Claw. I think Shadow Claw is still generally the way to go in an open format like GBL, but I think Show 6, Pick 3, there's a very strong argument to be made for Powder Snow. So if you have a second Shadow A/, you can go Powder Snow, but we take out that Coffin, and this is just about all she wrote for our poor opponent here. All we have to do is get to this Drill Run, and the Azu will be gone. We are saying bye-bye to the Azu. Actually, we're not. They topped left before they could see their fate play out there. But good game, well played to them. Hey guys, I climbed over 140 elo in only 4 sets with this team. It was putting in the work for reasons like this right here. I told you, one of my favorite Twitch streamers, Wholesome _ hit legend with a DD, Licky, and Charm A9 in the back. So I was prepping for that this morning. Holy smokes. We lead a Ghost type, and we've got a A/ in the back. Now, we make a very questionable play here. We survive any one move, so we really didn't need to shield this. But I was so confident that we had this game won at the very start, predicting a Licky in the back, that I thought maybe preserving a little bit of health to get some extra super effective Shadow Claws in on that DD would be nice. But in hindsight, that was a really bad shield, because we were going to leave with the move anyways, and Cofagrigus has such a dominant matchup on DD that, yeah, that's a bonehead bozo play there, but that's okay. We survive a Psycho Boost. That is what I'm predicting they throw. And once they do that, we insta-swap, because not likely they stay in, but it's not a Licky. It's not a carbon copy of what Wholesome hit legend with. They have a Zard lurking, so this is where it gets a little dicey, and why shielding that was a bad idea. But Diggersby puts in work against Shadow Zard, guys. Even resisted damage gets this Charizard in a very manageable health range. We shield the Blast Burn. That's their play. Go straight for it when you have a shield advantage. And they are at another Blast Burn, but almost said Thickersby. That would be accurate. It is Thickersby. Diggersby tanky enough to tank another Blast Burn here. Gonna go for the Scorching Sands. I was expecting a shield, but they no-shield that. They did get the attack drop. That was what I really wanted. But because they no-shielded that, I think that they underestimated how much damage a resisted move would do. But that thing is made of tissue paper, guys. Holy smokes. And this is over. All we need is a Dark Pulse. And like I said, Cofagrigus has very respectable bulk. About as bulky as Gligar. We tank damage quite well. And we just need to hit that Dark Pulse. I told you guys. I sat there and watched Wholesome hit legend with a team like this, and I said, not happening. I'm prepping for this team. Everybody's going to be running it tomorrow. So if you're seeing a lot of that team, you might want to give this one a try. Good game. Well played to them. Oh, I had a great day with this team, and if you want to give it a try, and you don't have a Diggersby, you could try Galarian Stunfisk. And here we go, a Alolan Marowak lead. That's a brilliant lead, but we don't have a direct answer to the Swampert, so we're going to stay right here. Reason why is because we've got a Diggersby lurking in the back, and we can handle that Alolan Marowak no problem. We have to stay in here and get rid of this problematic Swampert here. Gotta go for the Shadow Ball. They shield. So arguably could have baited there, as they really do need to make a play for switch. So slight misplay there. That's okay. Not the end of the world. We will now begin shielding. We will give up all shields to take out this Swampert here if necessary, as they do thoroughly outpace us. Gonna shield this here. That would KO, and we really need to land a move here. Gonna go for another Dark Pulse, or actually our first Dark Pulse. We're now gonna bait this Swampert here, and they let it go. That's brilliant. That's all we needed. And they've got a nerfed Altaria in the back. Hello. Oh my gosh, people are still running Altaria despite the very damaging nerf to Sky Attack. Oh my gosh, well, we lucked out. We had just the answer to Altaria, and we nearly one-shot. And we do get in a little additional farm there in the process as well. So they do naturally bring back in the AWAC, going for a super effective drill run, grabbing the shield from the AWAC. We will not make it to another move, but we've got a hard wall to this AWAC here. They can only go for the Bone Club. That is not a very good move and does not have stab. And that is precisely what they're doing. We do have to be careful for a last-ditch effort catch here. But even if they do catch, there is just no hope for them, unfortunately. We hang on. They do try the catch there, giving us more farm, and they top left as they knew that we had the move. So very interesting team there. Yeah, our team was very good into it. Good game, well played to them. Oh, this team was putting in work today in the Great League. Had a fun time. The climb was really nice. And here we go. Haxorus lead. Very interesting. I've not seen this matchup, I don't believe, since the Single Type Cup. It's been a while. So I was familiar with it from that meta, but yeah, it's not generally the best for Cofagrigus, but as you can see, these Shadow Claws have already gotten this very squishy Haxorus down to half health. Gotta go for Dark Pulse. That's all we need on this thing here. And we will let the next Breaking Swipe go, as we are double resisting the fast move pressure. They will have to throw another move. And we're going to look to get to another move here. Throw with awkward timing, and they make a very lucky catch anyways. There's no way they knew that we were going to throw there. That is just pure luck by them. But we had just the answer to the Dugong here, coming in the form of our Alolan Sandslash. Going to go for the drill run here, of course, on the very tanky Dugong. Not likely to grab a shield. They generally want to preserve the shields for their Haxorus. We can survive a drill run, but we are going to shield this nonetheless. I really don't know what they could have lurking in the back. That's a very unconventional lead for the Open Great League, so better to be safe than sorry. We've got the shields to spare, and we do take out the Dugong there. They do bring back in the Haxorus, and they're going to have to throw a move. We were about to get to an Ice Punch, and this Haxorus is just about done. Very manageable for our Diggersby remaining in the back. So we do come in with it, and they've got a Shadow Granbull in the back. What an interesting team here. Holy smokes. Gonna go for the Scorching Sands. A debuff would be nice, although we don't need it with our very extreme bulk. Diggersby definitely bulky enough to withstand these Shadow Charms with stab here. We will shield up their move, and the goal here is to leave this matchup with a move for that Haxorus. They are close to another Breaking Swipe, but they're not quite there. So we're going to go for Fire Punch. That should just about be enough to take out the very squishy Shadow Granbull. Not quite, but a quick attack does the trick. And we will now go for the neutral Scorching Sands on the Dragon-type Haxorus here. And that is all she wrote for our opponent's team. Yet again in the Great League. I told you this team was putting in the work today. It was quite nice to see. Good game, well played to them. Oh, the wins were just pouring in with this team today for reasons like this here. Everybody's leading DD. It was a beautiful thing, and here we go. This is not the team that we were targeting, but we still can do okay. I was thrown off by the conventional Dugong in the back behind DD, so we stay in a little bit to get off damage or pressure a shield and absorb their first move. So they do go for the Icy Wind. That's what we wanted. We're going to absorb this and then pivot into our A-Slash. So if they safe swap the Dugong, your ideal play would be to instantly meet that with A-Slash, of course. And we're going to throw before they can hit us with anything. Maybe should have let them hit us with a potential drill run. That would have given this DD much less farm, but not the worst thing ever because they are taking super effective, and we will get off a move. They're taking super effective with our Shadow Claws, and we will get this move off. So not the worst thing in the world. And from this health range, Cofagrigus absolutely handles DD, no problem. So there could be an Umbreon in the back. That's the classic line with the DD lead and Dugong in the back, but I really don't know. So we're just going to absorb this, and this is actually in a manageable health range for Diggersby, so we're going to let this go and not shield anything. And they've got an A-Slash of their own running Powder Snow, so that makes things a little bit more sticky here. A little sticky, little tricky. I really needed this to be running Shadow Claw, but that's okay. We're going to do our best here. This is why we're running Fire Punch, guys, for grass and ice. You don't necessarily need it for steel, but it works out that it does have a steel typing, as it basically one-shots a Shadow A/. We just have to make sure that we're going for the extras and not playing to CMP ties that we absolutely do not win. When you know you lose CMP tie, you want to try and go for those extra sneaks in there. That'll try and make you maybe help you edge it out a little bit. They are still up a shield, but we've got the back-to-back. We should survive another Powder Snow. I wasn't sure if their switch clock was up, and I didn't want to take another Powder Snow. It was up. It was slightly, it was up. But that's okay. We throw this, we fully charge this. It doesn't KO, and we have energy on our Cofagrigus. So those two Shadow Claws really helped us out. We were just one off, and we get by this team here. Puts in the work. We say bye-bye to the very slippery Alolan Sandslash, trying to steal one from us. Not going to happen. Not today. Good game. Well played to them. Again, guys, if you want to maybe give this team a try and you don't have a Diggersby, you can run Galarian Stunfisk. And here we go, Steelix lead. We go into Diggersby to draw out the Medicham that is undoubtedly in the back. Very popular line, Steelix lead, Medi, and generally Basti in the back. That's what we're reading. So they stay in a little bit to put in a little bit of work on us, and that's fine. We'll look to get off some super effective damage here in the process. That's brilliant. That's just making it a lot easier for the rest of our team, as Steelix does take a team effort with most teams. There's the Medi. They wanted to get us within, I would presume, full counter down range, but they're going to have to tank some damage and risk getting debuffed in the process. No debuff there, but we are thick enough to get to another Scorching Sands before they can fully counter us down. And we don't get it there either. Holy smokes. That's okay. That's all right. No biggie. We will just bring in Cofagrigus, of course. And if you're reading this team, if you see it a lot like I do at your elo, you could perhaps even safe swap your A/, because at the very worst, you'll draw the Medi out, but they will get much less farm than they do off of a Diggersby. And then Diggersby will handle the potential Basti in the back, and Cofagrigus has strong neutral play on Steelix. We should have thrown one Shadow Claw and then the move there, but I was thinking perhaps they were going to look to throw instantly. They don't. We grab a shield in the process, and now it's A/ time. I'm fully reading the ABA Steel line that has become quite popular. It got really popular last season, and it is shot to the moon with the Steelix buff this season. So we're taking a little bit too much resisted damage, so we are gonna start shielding this and just overload as much as we can. Ice Punch should get the job done here. Even shields. We're still pretty healthy. I'm thinking healthy enough to maybe handle a Basti, but it's a Dugong in the back, and we're debuffed, so we have to burn the clock here, and our win con is to make a catch. If we can successfully catch, we can win this game here. So we do grab the shield there, although debuffed. I'm keeping an eye on the switch clock. We're throwing with proper timing to not allow them to get through any moves. We throw one. Yeah, we should have thrown four. Here's why. We should have thrown four because a seasoned trainer is going to load up to the maximum energy they're expecting the catch. So if we had thrown four there, we have been throwing on four. They were at 6. If we had thrown four more, they would have been capped out at energy, and most trainers would throw at that point. Thereby forcing the throw and making the catch a lot easier. We would have still had a shield, and we would have been able to actually win that one. So misplay there, but good game all played to them. A/ in the back definitely seems to be the way to go. It is every bit as good of a closer as it is a lead. But here we go, Dragonair lead, I should say. We go into Diggersby because they often have a Medicham lurking in the back. They tried to catch, but we're just going to overload a little bit more here and go for our first Scorching Sand. So we do lure out the Medi. Dragonair Shadow on the lead often has a Medi, which we're seeing here, and a Steel type in the back. Classically, Bastiodon. You could also see it with Registeel. A lot more rare to see it with a G-Fisk with the nerf, but yeah, definitely some sort of Steel in the back. So this is good. You want to draw out the Medi here And you'll notice here they stop attacking, guys. So we throw our move to get rid of this thing. They tried to make a 5-head play, reading that Cofagrigus was going to get some additional farm, and they just let us take out the Medicham. We'll take that. There's the Steel type. It's coming in the form of Steelix, and yeah. Them trying a 5-head might just blow up in their face because we now have one of Steelix's worst nightmares here on it here, coming in the form of our A-Slash. So we're going for the drill run, now grabbing shields. They should have just taken us out and took the alignment, but no, they wanted the 5-head. Oh, that's okay. That's all right. They didn't know what we had in the back. That's why that was a very risky play. Gotta go for another drill run here. We don't need shields to dispatch of the remainder of this team, as Shadow Dragonair is about as squishy as it gets. What we are going to do is shield this, and then bank the energy to clear the debuffs because the Steelix is now just about within Shadow Ball range with the fast move pressure. They're going to throw another Breaking Swipe to debuff us, but that is okay. If they want to swap out, we'll still make it to a Shadow Ball. We survive any one move from this Dragonair here, and our Shadow Ball with Stab will absolutely just about take this thing out here. I wasn't sure with the debuff. They hang on with literally 1 HP. Holy smokes. Oh, man. So that's okay. No big deal. I don't think we'll make it to another move as these Dragon Tails really chunk, but we are just one Shadow Claw off from our drill run, and that is about all she wrote for this team here. So yeah, the 5-head blew up in their face. We say bye-bye to the Steelix, and we do take that game. Even if they didn't try 5-heading, I think we still would have been fine. I was making a thorough team read on the team, and I knew what to do. So yeah, they just made it a lot easier trying to 5-head us, but that's okay. Good game, well played to them. That is the team, my friends. So not a team that you would initially think about, for the Great League. Not a lot of people run Cofagrigus, but it's a very, very strong Pokemon. Has very good bulk. One of the bulkier ghost types that you can run in the Great League. I wanted to protect the back 2 Pokemon from fighters and pseudo fighters, but I also wanted a bit of bulk. I didn't want to be weak to Charm on the lead, so that's why I didn't go with Sableye and Trevenant. I think if you're going to run Trevenant, you might as well just go Cofagrigus. Bulkier, has the same pacing. And speaking of Trev, shouts to fellow content creator King GBL. He ran a very similar team, and that's what sort of got me thinking about this team here, combined with, of course, Wholesome hitting Legend with the DD Licky Charm A9 team. So yeah, I didn't want to. He ran Trev. King GBL ran Trev. I wanted to run Cofagrigus just because I think it's better in the current meta. So yeah, shouts to King GBL for the inspiration. And yeah, this team put in the work. Like I said, I climbed over 140 elo over 4 sets. And if that's not convincing enough for some of you out there, I don't know what will be. But guys, I had a blast. I hope you all enjoyed. As always, I thank you for watching, and keep up the grind. Thank you, guys.